Hello, this is Caleb with Water and Sewer Service. I'm at 7246 South Revere Parkway, Unit 200, which is the volleyball clinic. Currently, I am in the bathroom above the toilet in the women's restroom, the back toilet. We have the clean out that's regressed in the wall a little bit. It is quite a challenge to cable and quite a challenge to camera through here. So I ran all the way out to where this line, we're going to call this line that I'm currently in, the sewer lateral. It drops into the main, and that main, there's no other facilities in the building other than this bathroom and mop sink. That main goes to the other units south of the building, and those pick up those units. Everything that we are talking about dig-wise, cleaning-wise, and problem-wise is in this sewer lateral. I am 122 feet. If I go a little further, I drop in. With that water running, I cannot push forward due to the amount of turns in the beginning and the distance. So we'll start to slowly pull back. I was only able to cable up to 20 or 28 feet or so with 3-inch blades due to the turns and how the lines regress. So I actually just went in with single 4-inch blades and just kind of whipped it a little bit because we have bellies. That's what we're going to be talking about today. They had a backup in, I believe it was Sunday, but sometime recently. Roto-Rooter came out and apparently jetted or did some sort of cleaning that was maybe more than cable. They said that there was a back pitch pipe, and there's 2 sections that we will be addressing it as we continue on. So anytime we see standing water, we are not running water. That will be the water that is caused by the belly. The very little you see currently is really just residual, surface tension. That's not anything to be concerned about because water flows out the way it needs to. We have a belly, 122, we'll say 25 just to be safe feet from this clean out. And I have it marked that our belly that we'll first be seeing is starting at 67 feet roughly and ending roughly at 85 feet. And it appears that one of those fittings is maybe a little offset or something. It's hard to tell. It's causing a good section to be holding quite a bit of water, and that is where I'm going to take a wild guess and say our sewer backup from Roto-Rooter occurred, and we will be dipping into that water here in just a second. So I'll readjust my numbers, maybe the difference in the first time I cambered to now. Because I initially cambered the line and it was saying that it was about 130 feet out of there. So let's go ahead and run with that. It's about 130 feet, give or take, from the bottom of the sweep to the clean out. And I have 85, but it's saying 78. Coming back is typically not as accurate as going forward. It's like the third time I cambered this line, so I've double checked. So as you see, we have a lot of standing water because that fitting, we dropped down into it. So I'm thinking that fitting is not appropriately attached or appropriately abandoned on, because my camera is fully submerged, albeit toilet paper and stuff is out of the line right now due to the jetting recently in my cabling, even though couldn't cable the best, they couldn't cable as well as I would like due to the difficulty of the access. So I do want to mention that if we do any repairs, it would probably be advantageous to go ahead and put some sort of floor clean out because this section is long and hard to get in and out due to the turns, and specifically the beginning. So distance is I think it's not being super accurate coming back, but I have on my recordings, I have 67 feet where we had good pipe to band onto. So I've recorded 67 to 85 feet. We have a fairly significant, I would say a severe belly that is prone to backing up. And so that would be 18 feet long. We can probably round up, say 20, to make sure we have good pipe on either side. So roughly a 20-foot belly, around 67 to 85, or 65 to 85, somewhere in that range. So I do have another belly recorded, and this one's not as significant. I only have a little, like, not necessarily back pitched. It's just got a little standing water. I think it's just that you have a couple fittings that might be setting lower. I have that recorded from 24 to 33 feet. So we'll be coming up on it in just a second. I think my distance is off, so we'll be in it in a minute. It's after a turn, so. I do also want to mention, I'm sorry I didn't say this earlier, but the belly that I mentioned that we were looking at, that is 2 feet and 8 inches deep on both sides. So that's how much depth we have, 2 feet, 8 inches. And it's going underneath that volleyball net. The pole next to the volleyball net looks like it's permanent. So we have a permanent volleyball net in there, or out there, and it's running underneath those mats. So the mats can be pulled out, and it's polished concrete. So this section is the section I have recorded. And again, mine recorded from 24 to 33. It's saying around 31 right here. So we'll go with what I think is more accurate, which was the one I did earlier. We have a little bit of standing water here. And just to note that all our facilities are still coming down this line. That's the mop sink, the drinking fountains, all the toilets, all the urinals, and all the urinals, sinks, toilets, water fountain. On our right here, we have our mop sink. And you saw that fitting right there is underwater. So I did record, my recording was from this fitting right here onwards. Now, the mop sink was earlier, or the one we just saw, everything, and I double and triple checked this, that men's rooms, women's restrooms, both sinks, both toilets, both urinals, all run this way, as well as the water fountain. So what is servicing up to the right? I'm assuming that's the vent that's going up, and going up through the roof. Because that vent is not above where I am currently. It's towards the back. Like, if I was sitting, I'm sitting on the woman's toilet right now. If I was on the back side of this wall, I'd be sitting on the men's toilet. It's on the back wall, like the furthest wall away from that toilet. That somewhere in there with no clean out, there's a vent running up, and then it goes straight up to the ceiling. I can see it. I do not have a ladder to get up there. So I can't theoretically cut it. So I don't know if that vent line is back pitched. I'm assuming if you were to, fix what we can see, that'd be really good. And I'm not sure about the vent stack going to our right. Again, I confirm that all the facilities from both bathrooms and drinking fountain to come down this way. So we're running underneath the water fountain right now. Take that 90, and now we'll just see sink, and the sinks are back to back, so it's both women and men's. We have probably the urinal. That might be a toilet. Maybe a urinal and a toilet. And then we have our back-to-back toilets right there. And then we're coming out of our vent. So this will be part one. The part two video will just be a quick showing you from the outside risers. Cleaning and jetting and cammering this line from the outside risers will not get you to here due to that lateral that we started our video from. So here's where I recorded 24 to 33 feet at 2.5 feet deep, and then 67 to 85 feet at 2 feet 8 inches deep. I will have other pictures and videos uploaded. Part two will be featuring outside and not really there won't be anything wrong with them. It'll just kind of show you what we have going on right there. I'll just go ahead and just camera. Any other questions, call me, Caleb.